Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is March 30th, 2025, and both Hansi Flick and Robert Lewandowski have set records in Barcelona's victory over Girona. Also, Lunin, Real Madrid's second goalkeeper, has admitted to Real Madrid being helped by referees. And finally, Manchester United are plotting an Alejandro Balde signing. We have a lot to discuss. So let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo and I'm bringing you this short live stream because I'm currently out of the country, so I'm not in my YouTube studio, so I cannot film, edit, and upload videos. So instead I'm doing this short just to bring you all the Barcelona news. This is not a podcast, so will not be unfortunately addressing the comment section. But nonetheless, let's get to it because, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday Barcelona defeated Girona 4-1 in what was an incredible performance by the club. A victory, an important victory, because again, every match from now until the end of the season is a final, given how close La Liga title race is, and given that Madrid had won their respective match through another robbery against Leganés. Barcelona needed to win in order to pull ahead Real Madrid once again by 3 points. Now, a really good victory against Girona, a team that had scored 4 goals against us twice last season. And while this season Barcelona returned the favor, defeating Girona during the first half of the season 1-4, and now defeating them again 4-1 with an own goal. 2 goals by Robert Lewandowski and a goal by Ferran Torres, the Shark, who came off the bench and immediately scored a goal for Barcelona. Now, I think with this victory, Barcelona are making it very, very clear that not only are they the best team in La Liga, but they are very, very, very serious and a top contender to win La Liga title race, because this team, it doesn't matter where they play, who they play against, or what players are even on the field. This team does its job. This team dominates. They create chances. They score goals. And this team does its job no matter what the lineup is. Because yesterday we saw Alejandro Balde needed some rest. Gerard Martin comes in. Boom. Does a good job. Frankie de Jong, he needed rest. Eric Garcia comes in. Does a wonderful job. Right? Dani Olmo, he's injured. Fermin Lopez comes in. Does an amazing job. Ferran Torres comes off the bench, an immediate goal. This is a team that it doesn't matter what the lineup is, what the players that are playing, doesn't matter who they're playing against, what stadium, what competition. This team does the job, and yesterday was no different. Barcelona came out, they did the job, they took home this very important victory, and they took home this very important 3 points, and now Barcelona are once again 3 points ahead of Real Madrid and 7 points ahead of Atletico de Madrid. Now, speaking of yesterday's victory, we do have a few records that we need to talk about, because first of all, Hansi Flick, he just matched Luis Enrique's record from the 2015-2016 season with the MSN, where Luis Enrique had obtained 9 victories in a row in La Liga. And while yesterday, Hansi Flick matched that record, getting his 9th victory in a row in La Liga, which started back in January, on January 27th against Valencia. And since then, Hansi Flick has obtained 9 victories in a row, 27 out of 27 points. And of course, Barcelona so far in 2025 are undefeated in all of competition. Now, the next La Liga match will be against Real Betis. So if Hansi Flick gets another victory in that match, he will end up breaking Luis Enrique's record of 9 consecutive matches in La Liga. But that's not all. That's not all, because Robert Lewandowski has actually set a historical record in the Spanish league, becoming now the player with the most goals after turning 36. Now, Lewandowski, going into yesterday's match, he had 20 goals. He scored 2 goals yesterday, making his tally 22 since turning 36. And that broke the record of Puskás, a historical record, a record that was held again by Puskás, who had scored 21 goals since turning 36. Lewandowski yesterday surpassing that record with 22 goals since turning 36. And of course, he has the rest of the season. He has next season. So that means not only has he established the record for most goals for a player over 36, but I'm sure he's going to extend it more and more and more because he has plenty of chances to do so. So congratulations to Robert Lewandowski, who responded to Kylian Mbappe because Mbappe had scored 2 goals in Madrid's victory over Leganés, cutting the distance between Mbappe and Lewandowski for the Pichichi. And Lewandowski responded with 2 goals of his own. So now Lewandowski has 25 goals in La Liga, where Mbappe has 22. Of course, Lewandowski getting those goals with the help of his teammates, while Kylian Mbappe getting those goals with the help of the referees. Now, speaking of the referees, as I mentioned before, yesterday was a huge robbery by Real Madrid, another robbery by Real Madrid, another match with lots of controversy and with the help of referees. I didn't watch the match, but I did watch the highlights. You know, Leganés were up 2-1. And then, of course, the referee gives Madrid a penalty, non-existent penalty kick. It's 2-2. And then the referee gives Real Madrid a free kick that was not a foul. And it becomes 2-3 in favor of Real Madrid. But what the interesting thing is that after the match, their own goalkeeper, Lunin, admitted that Madrid get helped by referees. Now, this is the statement of the Madrid goalkeeper. He was asked, of course, about the controversial calls in a post-match interview about the referees. And his response was, I don't want to talk about the referees' decisions. We have to win these games without help. We have to win these games without help. I mean, we have to solve matches by playing well, staying organized, and trying not to concede. Ladies and gentlemen, Lunin, a Real Madrid player, admitting that Madrid win by help. And of course, help, he's not talking about, you know, some crossing guard that helps them cross the street. He's talking about the referees, because this season, match after match after match, has been controversy after controversy after controversy. Madrid have gotten penalty after penalty after penalty that was non-existent, and it's been robbery after robbery after robbery. And here you go, Lunin himself admitting that Madrid get help and that they need to learn how to win without help. But of course, Madridistas will be like, oh, Negreira. Your own freaking player is telling you that Madrid needs to win without help. Now, of course, after these statements came out, they caused a lot of commotion on social media. So Lunin had to use his Instagram account and kind of like retract his statement saying, oh, the media are taking advantage of my lack of Spanish. So now all of a sudden he doesn't speak a word of Spanish, and it was all like a misunderstanding. Yeah, right. Like Papa Perez did not pick up the phone and say, Lunin, what the hell are you doing? You need to retract your statements ASAP. But there you have it, folks. Madrid player himself admitting that referees get help. And he's not the first Madrid player to do that. You know, Ramos, after he left Madrid, he admitted that he used to, you know, that if you're a Madridista, you get help all the time. What's his name? That guy who also played for Atletico Madrid. I'm blanking on his name. Morata, he admitted it too. I mean, the examples are boundless. But Negreira, guys, don't forget Negreira. Anyways, let's move on to the next bit of news, because, ladies and gentlemen, Barca Athletic are back to their winning ways, or I guess their winning ways from last season, because as you know, Barca Athletic have been suffering loss after loss after loss. They were last on the table in danger of being relegated to 4th division. And while yesterday they won finally, and guess against who? Cultural Leonesa, who are sitting at the top of the table of 3rd division. So Barca Athletic were like, we can't beat anyone, but hey, let's beat the number 1, the strongest team in 3rd division. So congratulations to Barca Athletic, who won 2-0. And guess who was in the crowd watching that match? Hansi Flick and his assistant, Heiko Westerman. Of course, as you know, Flick is always on top of what's going on in the other teams, in the other categories, Barca Athletic, Juvenil A, Juvenil B, etc. And Flick got to watch that match in the stand because, of course, he wants to keep track of all the youngsters and all the upcoming talent in the Barcelona lower teams and academy. Now, we will end this video with the news that Manchester United are plotting to go all out for Alejandro Balde. As you know, Manchester United are currently in a reconstruction phase for the last 10, 15 years. They're still rebuilding their squad. They must have hired the same company that's building the Spotify Camp Nou, because till now I'm not seeing any results. But whatever, it's Manchester United. I don't really care. But they have reportedly set their sights on Alejandro Balde, and they want to go all out for him. They consider that Balde will be very important for their project. They want to try to convince the player to join the team. And guess what the offer that they want to make to Barca? Hold on to your seats, because they want to offer 40 million euros for the best left back in the world. They want to offer 40 million euros. Oh, Manchester United, you guys are funny. I mean, if I was Deco and Manchester United calls me and they're like, hey, we want to offer you 40 million euros for the best left back in the world, I wouldn't even respond. I would be like, click. I would like just hang up, because this is honestly insulting. But regardless of what the offer is, obviously Balde is not for sale. Barcelona are not considering selling Balde. Balde doesn't want to leave. He just renewed his contract. But just know that Manchester United have set their sights on Balde, and they consider him essential to their project, to their what is this, rebuild number 50. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. I am going to be going live in a few minutes again, because there's more news I gotta update you about. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, these